Sorry, little bro, but we're not covering Sonic 2. Oh, that was loud.
Sorry.
That was loud, jeez.
Perfect. Welcome, everybody.
But yeah, like I was saying, little bro, we're covering Sonic 1 now. We're not gonna get to 2 till much later, so you're gonna have to go back to the playground.
You are clear for launch, Captain. What are we doing today?
Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is pretty much a game that everyone and their mother knows from beginning to end, like, ever since its debut in 1991. But how many of you have actually gone out of your way to play the true way it was meant to be played by the hands of one very famed Sonic developer named Christian Whitehead?
Yep.
Also, what's a Sega Zine there?
The Sega Zine?
It's honestly one of those, honestly, I couldn't even begin to tell you because I've never really touched upon it myself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the iOS version of Sonic the Hedgehog, one that is often considered the best way to play the game currently. And the unfortunate thing is that currently it is only available on mobile.
Yep.
You can't play it on PC, technically speaking, and it never got any console releases, as far as I'm aware. And it's been like that for the longest time, which kind of sucks.
I mean, because look at how... I love how polished this title screen alone... I was missing out when we were doing our other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and it doesn't just stop there with this great UI and the ability to play as more than just Sonic, eventually. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, we've come a long way, and that right there pretty much ends our establishing shot. So see you all in a bit for when we actually get to the real footage.
Lock and load.
And, ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw there was the establishing shot for what we're really going to be recording this game through. Thanks to some very smart modders out there in the wilderness, there is actually a means to play this thing on PC now.
Yep. All you need is... Actually, you can just... let's start before something weird happens. So yeah, as you see, the title menu is a little bit more bare bones.
Very simplified, and it's kind of hurts me a little bit inside, but at the very least, what's the thing that matters the most does still, it still works with flying colors.
Also, I want to point out that I'm a bit disappointed that Seeley didn't join in on the gag that I was trying to open us up with.
Which one?
The whole thing about, like, Tails having to go back to the playground because he's not needed yet.
Oh, that's what you... Oh, gee, I'm gonna be honest. My mind has just been all... We're recording this on April 1st.
I didn't know what you were getting at.
And I'm gonna be honest. We're recording this on April 1st. My mind was all thinking about... But Mario Brother? Like, is this like a jab at Sonic to Mario that we're doing all the
like
Sonic stuff this year for his anniversary?
No, it's like Sonic and Tails always call each other brother.
Oh.
Why can't Sonic be like that nice guy, Mario?
Oh my god, I just now got it.
We brothers
Bro.
never talk about it, Tails. So, what were we talking about? We mentioned Crystal... Okay, so yeah, so... the modders, it's actually really simple. They have there's a GitHub which has like a decompiler of sorts that can...
And the best part of it all is, technically, this can be done legally.
Oh yeah, no, because what happened... Because, you see, Google for Android... Google for Android has a library of all of their old apps, all their old app updates and stuff, which it has to keep. Like, it's a kind of a weird open source thing. And the modders basically found a way to take that data and allow us to play it. So yeah, anybody, as long as you can access that website, which everybody can, anyone can play this, which is really nice because I definitely think that what Christian Whitehead, or what was his username on the Sonic forums and stuff?
Taxman.
There
Taxman.
we go.
Nice.
So
I think Taxman did a wonderful job with this.
I guess we should go ahead. And ask: is this going to be an all Emerald run?
Yes. At least I'm going to try my damnedest to make it one.
So for people who don't know, not saying I don't know, I know everything about this guy. For Seeley, who may not know about this game.
Who doesn't know what Sonic 1's like?
Excuse me?
People that don't like Sonic, apparently.
But I was gonna say, like, tell me, like, how do we get an all Emerald run?
Okay, so for those of you that have never played a Sonic the Hedgehog game before, let alone the first one, you need to collect 50
I played it before?
I know, but he's telling us how to get all the emeralds.
Well, for those of you out there watching that have never played a Sonic game before, whether it be this one or Mania or, pretty much any other Sonic game under the sun that runs under the similar mechanic, you need to collect up to 50 rings by the time you reach the signpost at the end.
Oh, and then there'll be a little portal we can jump into and enter the secret zones, which I'm gonna be maybe a little bit divisive here. I think Sonic 1's secret areas are my least favorite.
They're the most simple by comparison.
Yeah, I'd say so.
They're simple, but they're very disorienting to me, and as we saw a couple times, it's very easy to lose your grip.
Well, that's where the whole challenge thing comes from.
I'll say for what it's worth, though, they're probably the most, for lack of a better word, I don't want to outright say mundane or like it's the most functional, I guess. Like it still feels like I'm playing the game proper.
That's fair.
I'm-
I see. So,
Like
good.
the others feel like their own completely
mode.
unrelated gimmicks.
And go ahead, Seely.
I might have mentioned this in a previous Sonic recording we did, but
Ugh.
that ring sound effect, it always reminds me of cash registers in convenience stores
Yes,
and vice versa.
They played the same sound effect, and they must have just grabbed it from this. So, the bonus zones, Seely, are tricky in that we're
It looks
basically in a-
tricky.
we're a grand loop thing, and gravity is constantly spinning,
Oh,
and there
jeez.
are there are ending portals that we can get sucked into if we don't get to the emerald. Which the emerald's in the center, and you know what? I will give these one bonus point. Is that
Okay, not gonna
I'm-
lie, I'm gonna have to look away for a sec because I'm literally starting to get motion sickness.
fair enough?
One other thing worth mentioning regarding the special stages in the Taxman port, notice how smoothly they rotate.
For better or worse.
Yeah, they used to be a little bit jittier. Okay, we got this. We almost got this. We almost got. Oh.
Gotcha!
Nice.
There you go.
So,
Okay, so Leaky will look back now.
yeah, you're back.
Okay.
So I will definitely say one good thing about this. No, good thing. Oh, sorry. One thing that I definitely give these guys credit for is that most modern Sonic games usually lock a Chaos Emerald to each act, but in Sonic 1, you just got to do it at any time in your playthrough 6 times and you're solid.
Well, you could that technically is carried over with other games. Like I know that's also technically a thing with Sonic 2.
But I'm just saying like modern ones. Like for instance Sonic Heroes, it has to be done in that particular stage to get the Chaos Emeralds.
So by this point in time, since I'm in the Act 3 of a zone, I can pretty much throw all caution to the wind because I won't be able to reach a special ring this time around.
Yep. And once James collects the 6th emerald, because we do not have 7 according to him.
Not this time around.
In this game, anyway.
Sheesh. Once he collects the 6th one,
Ooh.
Thank you,
we will-
Spikes.
once we these nice cushy spikes broke my fall. Anyway, once we do it the 6th time, then we can throw all caution to the wind and just knock this sucker
Oh,
out.
nice.
Pretty much.
Also, yeah, nice abuse of the spin dash, which definitely breaks some of this game. Oh, hello, you!
Ah, wait a minute.
Hello.
And but yeah, no.
I don't know what I just did there, ignore me.
You're fine.
You thought you could get multiple hits on me this time, but the joke's on you!
Yeah.
April Fool's, Hedgehog!
Yeah, they do give him invincibility frames, and
boy.
and yeah, as I pointed out, again, the Sonic 1 port to iOS and Android brought a lot of quality of life improvements, such as giving Sonic the ability to spin dash as he could in later titles.
Ow!
It honestly is funny looking back on it, though, considering that this was before, we had Sonic Mania.
Free.
And recent ports of Sonic 1 have not only brought in the spin dash, but the drop dash as well.
Which I love the drop dash. It's a cool. It's a nice peel out kind of like ability.
Yeah, the drop dash, to give Seeley context, it's a move that was made in Sonic Mania where while you're jumping in the air, if you either hold down or press the jump button while you're still in the air, the second you land, you get a boost of speed.
So I mean, yeah, while you're here, so first to establish one other bit of context as to what we're doing, James, why are we suddenly tackling these old retro Sonic titles?
Happy birthday, Hedgehog.
Hooray! It's how's he 30 now? 35?
Yep.
Yep,
30.
he literally hits 3 decades this year.
Woo! Which
He's older than all of us.
Yes. He
By
will live.
1 year at the very least.
Well, he's older than me by 1 year.
Yeah.
And
And
me
me.
too.
And me, and he's older than me by a couple years. But in any case, so now we've established that. we're
Steve,
gonna
you forget I'm the same age as you.
That is why.
And me too,
But-
technically.
But I am a few months older.
That is why our attempt this grand anniversarial year, I think that's a word, is to try and play all of the old classics.
Yep. And the old classics the way they were meant to be played, not on a Genesis.
Not on a Genesis with new and upgraded technology. But yeah, so now we've established that. Seely, you mentioned you played Sonic before, and I don't know if I've ever actually asked you about your opinion on that all the time, or at least not frequently. What do you think of the Hedge?
It was years, excuse me, it was years ago that I started playing it. I was just a kid, and my next door neighbor, who was a friend of mine, or not next door neighbor, he lived a few houses down, but anyway,
Ooh.
I played Sonic with him, and I think I also remember watching him play, I think it was Sonic and Tails.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
would be
Sonic
Sonic
2.
2.
Classic.
Sonic
We'll
2,
get to that
thank
one too soon as well.
But other than that, I haven't had too
Nice.
much experience with any Sonic games.
Okay.
We're hoping to change that.
I mean, you did get me involved in the comics, so...
Well, that's the comics.
And the comics, I do genuinely think I'll be honest with you, I think the comics do a better job, for the most part, with the story and the worlds than the games do.
And I did
I
watch
will
it
agree.
when I was a kid, when Foxbox and 4Kids was a thing, I did watch, like, English dub episodes of Sonic X.
Oh boy.
Are we just supposed to climb this whole thing to the right?
Sort of, because the emerald we're looking for is right in the middle. Right here,
There it is.
actually.
Okay, awesome. Let's just get secure.
I gotta dig
in
a little
there, Sonic.
deeper.
Uh-oh.
Like it or not, though, you're gonna have to take the fall eventually.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Okay, basically what we're trying to avoid, Sealy, is there is a patch of ground that will say end or whatever on it, and if we touch it, the secret stage automatically ends. Like right there, goal.
I'm sorry, I'm looking away again.
No worries, no
worries.
worries. So we're basically in a grand spinning thing, and oh, Sonic, you gotta dig faster than this.
What do you think I am, a mole?
Gotta dig a little deeper. For me, it's gonna be tough. Gotta dig a little
forgot
deeper.
about that.
I have dug this far enough.
I love the
I
idea.
probably
of
should have climbed up. Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, and the R's, I see, the R's change the rotation once you hit them.
Hence, rotate.
Yeah, they're the reverse icons.
Wow.
And the bumpers that say up and down basically change the speed
And all
to their
around?
respective.
Oh,
Hey, you got next
What?
to life at least.
hey, yeah. Just get us out of here. What are the purpose of the peppermint candies?
They're just regular bumpers.
They're,
Oh.
they're not even. They're just, straight up platforms.
Oh, wait,
Okay, just
just jump.
jump for it. Jump for joy. Oh god.
Come on, Sonic, jump!
Sorry, these are tense. Again, this is why I feel like these are my least favorite because of how
Got it.
nice.
There you go.
And I did notice that the longer
You can
you're
let
in
that
here, the
feel.
faster it spins.
Okay.
Okay, halfway there.
Also, thank you, Taxman, for not making these things flicker like a freaking flashlight.
Oh yeah, they would
Yeah.
go much faster. But
Yeah, that. And you gotta continue.
nice.
That's the power of mobile technology.
Okay, now that my heart rate has gone down a little bit. So as we're heading into Act 2, yeah, no, so I'm trying to think, Hype and/or James, in terms of, like, you guys, giving you guys a chance to, because I want James to be able to focus as well. What would you say would be a good, like, entry-level Sonic game for Sealy?
I would
For
hon-
Sealy, I'd say Sonic 2.
Yeah, I was about to say Sonic 2 because what my thing when it comes to like the Sonic games is that like one definitely like I appreciate one for laying down the groundwork for the franchise, but it feels like the most archaic of the three games, and that's especially apparent when you have levels like Marble Zone here.
I will say this much, though, if you are to play Sonic 1 at any capacity, or if that's going to be your starting point, make it with the mobile version. Because it does add in a bunch of quality of life improvements that make it a better experience than the basic original. Basic Genesis original.
Which I could help you set up, Sealy. Oh,
But yeah, but I will say, like, I definitely would suggest Sonic 2 being like a good entry point. Like,
If not Sonic 2, I would also recommend either Sonic 3 or Sonic Advance.
Sonic Advance
would
is also good, yeah.
Yeah, Advance would be good. I would say 2 might be a better one because first off, I think out of those three choices, it's probably the shortest, and it's also the most simplistic, which means she doesn't have to worry about like she doesn't have to worry about too much going through it. Like I think the worst she'd have to deal with is like 1 or 2 difficulty spikes.
And then
Fair.
and then for cretins like me who hunch over in the darkness, what do you think would be the best 3D Sonic game to give her?
Sonic Adventure or Sonic... Honestly, either Sonic Adventure or Sonic Generations.
I think, yeah, Generations would be pretty solid too.
Yeah, I would say Generations.
Oh, nice.
I was about to say, Generations, don't be a dope like me and have Heroes be your first 3D game, because I love that game to pieces. Probably wasn't the best 3D entry to start with.
Oh, yeah, oh,
I
nice.
don't.
The
I
spin
don't know
dash
if I-
easily makes that.
I don't know if I should admit this, but between Steve showing me and getting me into both Mega Man and Sonic, I think I'd prefer to look more into Sonic a bit more than Mega Man.
Fair.
That's fair.
Well,
There's definitely a little bit less to focus on, but Mega
I was
Man
about
got
to
like
say-
bullet hell stuff almost.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Sonic is definitely a more simplistic game. However, I would argue that in terms of like overall quality, Mega Man is probably a little more consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie,
Not to mention, Mega Man is definitely something that would be more. That's a series I would say is a little more friendly towards those with a little more, for lack of a better word, dexterity.
Which I possess none of.
Well, I also think Mega Man can be less punishing. Like in Sonic, a classic thing is that if we take damage once without a shield, we'll lose all of our
Oh,
rings.
damn it.
So, caution.
But yeah,
Ow!
boy.
Sorry to do this to you boys, but
Really?
I want to get the emerald here.
I know, I understand.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see when we get back to that part.
You were going. I thought you were going to restart the entire game.
No.
Yeah.
April Fools!
No, we're not doing that. So, but yeah, no. Again,
But Johnny, April Fool's was yesterday.
So I did note. So I guess in that case, there's almost a strategy in not getting a 1-up in the bonus stage, because then you'll carry the most amount of rings into a stage.
Oh yeah, by the way, another thing about the Taxman version. You can literally restart the level if you want to. This also applies to the special stages.
Ah, that's
Wait,
good.
you can restart special? Wait,
Yeah, they basically pulling a Sonic 4, if you will.
but
Yeah, like if you hit restart on a special stage, you literally restart from the beginning of that special stage.
but what happens if you've already touched the goal?
If you already touched the goal, turn the game off before the results screen.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Because there's another thing that this game does. You can opt out of it, but this game does bring the concept of save state or save files to these old titles.
Yep, much like Sonic 3 before it.
So,
But yeah, I
Anyway.
guess because I'm not gonna lie, you brought it up. Now I'm really interested in furthering this conversation with Seely. So as far as
Yeah,
like
go for
games to get into, like I definitely do agree. Like Sonic 2, I definitely do think is like the best 2D game to start with. 3D, I would say Adventure would probably be a good way. Generations might be a bit tricky because with Generations she'd have to contend with like only two different gameplay styles. But then again, with Adventure, you technically have to contend with like 6.
I guess when you put it that way, then yeah, I would just say either Adventure 1 or Adventure 2.
okay. I wish I could recommend Unleashed as a startup title more, but Unleashed does have some tricky. It does. Have
I
a
will
steep
warn you right
difficulty
now.
curve.
That is not a beginner-friendly Sonic game.
It
Yeah,
isn't.
either version.
But I still think it is a fantastic Sonic game once you can get past that part.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Although I will say, my personal opinion, if she ever does get to Unleashed, you know, people will call me blasphemous for saying this, but I think she might be better off with the Wii version, since, in my opinion, the HD version has like a little too much bloated fluff to it.
I'd say fair. At the same time, though, I do think the Wii version has just about as much bloat, especially with the Werehog.
Random question, you
go for
guys. I recently sold a Nintendo DS on Mercury, just a old DS Lite, and I've been thinking, should I just
Nice.
keep when it comes to Wii? Should I just get rid of my Wii and stick to emulators, or?
I guess
It depends on how well your computer. I was about to say, it depends on how well your computer can run Wii emulators.
Yeah, the dolphin and stuff.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not the best.
Almost made it. Yes, nice,
Haha!
There you go.
awesome.
Lucky
And then
me.
Celie, how well do you feel, or how like comfortable do you feel playing Mario Kart?
It's kind of hit and miss for me.
Because I was wondering if
Special
she would, because I was wondering if she would like team racing or not.
Team Racing's not bad. Like, honestly, if you were to start any of the Sonic racing games anywhere, that's actually not a bad one to start with.
The only Mario Kart games I played were 64 and 8 Deluxe, or was
Yeah.
it 10?
No, it was 8 Deluxe.
8 Deluxe.
I wish we had a 10 by
I
now.
wish we need one. We need a Mario Kart 10 about now, or 9.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I mean, I hate to bring this up, but we need an online Mario Party. I just want to see how that would.
Everyone and their mother has been
What
clamoring
the-
for that since.
I say this in the terms of we got 3D
Oh.
World online. I just want to see how a Mario Party would play out.
Hey, careful.
I mean, we
careful.
almost had something with Super Mario Party, but they only limited that to the mini games.
Yeah.
And even
Okay.
then, very select mini games.
Yes. Okay. We can. Okay.
Okay,
this is
that is a
place.
The
hand.
ball is now
Oh, yeah,
in the
yeah.
court.
Nice.
There you go.
All right. 2 to go. Sorry, we always get freaking tense that part because if you should get booted out, you're not. It's not like a game over. You just have to redo that stage the next act you complete.
And I will say this right now, ladies and gentlemen, I feel the most comfortable going for the special stages in the first 3 zones. After
Fair
that,
enough.
it's kind of like there's so much shit thrown at you, especially in Labyrinth.
There's no
Oh,
time to
definitely.
think about rings. Get me out of here.
I want to live.
Who could talk about rings at a time like this anyway? So,
But let me.
Oh, by the way, if I was Tails or Knuckles at this point, I could climb up there to reach a brand new bit of level design that was created specifically for this version.
that's
Oh,
very
that's
yeah.
interesting. So
That is
And it actually makes this act a lot faster.
But I will say that that is interesting. That is interesting that he basically acknowledged the fact that under the circumstances that he designed the game under, this level would have normally been broken, but by how to put it, like it's almost like he planned for that to create a new stage so that even though you think you've
Move
cheesed
along,
it,
buddy.
it's not a walk in the park yet. Speaking of walks in the park,
Move on, buddy. Okay, that'll do.
thank you. Anyway.
Counter killers used to be the bane of my existence for the record.
Yeah.
When I was a wee child,
How-
never
how-
realizing that you should hit him for the face, otherwise all those body parts are gonna go bouncing all over the place.
So you can.
Oh, you know what?
So you can jump on him, just only on the head part.
Yeah, if you want to properly kill them, hit his head. Fuck.
Oh boy. Wow.
But it's early
What
enough
were
in the
you-
stage.
what
We
were
can
you
probably
aiming
pull
for
this
there?
off. What happens now? Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
Well.
about to say, like, what were you trying to do there?
Not sure, but
waiting
again, it's early enough in the stage. We can. I think we can still pull this off.
Okay, so anyway, something I just thought of, like, if we're thinking of like Sonic games to get Sealy into, I did have one, but it hinges on one particular aspect. Sealy, what are your thoughts on isometric platforming?
What?
Like where the camera is pointed down and like you see everything's at like an angle. So if you hold up, you're actually going diagonal right. If you hold left, you're actually going diagonal left. It's
Basically fake 3D.
think like Qbert.
Not much of a fan.
Okay, then never mind. I was gonna suggest that maybe she might get a kick out of 3D Blast, which is basically like the closest thing we'll get to it.
I remember.
I feel like that would be a tough sell, considering that game, even with its isometric controls, is kind of a jank one to control.
Well, I say she might get a kick out of it because it's basically like the closest thing we get to like a Sonic equivalent of like a 3D Mario game.
Yeah, I guess so. I can't recommend that game in good faith unless you're a diehard Sonic fan.
Which is fair.
That's fair. I remember playing a long time ago. Are there enough rings
I mean,
to get
personally,
50?
I mean, actually, hold on. Personally speaking, if I were to recommend Celia games similar to that, I would go with Sega Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah.
Which is short, sweet, and just as chaotic as it needed to be.
Yeah, sure. Just as it needed to be, sure.
We'll be fine. Are there enough?
Hey, don't lie, you had fun with that too.
I had
Yeah,
fun.
I had a lot of fun having absolutely no control over Mighty whatsoever.
It was weird. I will say, James, are there enough rings between here and the end to get 50?
There should
Not
be.
that it matters, we're at Act 3.
Gee, I completely forgot. A complete just brain fart. Oh yeah, no, freaking just, yeah, okay, fair enough.
If he had the 50 rings, you could just bribe Eggman with them.
Yeah, he's like, tuck it out, see if it's really worth it, and or sell out your friends.
I could use this to get me a new black and white television.
You know they come in color now.
God.
Eggman, though, for real though, why do you want to turn all the animals into robots so badly?
Because I need all those robot slaves in order to help me build Eggman Land.
It's actually because he has very.
You know, you could just use whatever money you spend on making all these robots in the first place to just get some hired help to make that an amusement park for you.
My
And
attempt
pay
at
unions? Ha!
my attempt at being sniffly, like it's actually because he has crippling fur allergies.
And actually, what I was... Okay, that's funny, but
Ow!
Oh, okay, that was close.
I hate that so
I don't know
I
what that
know.
sound was I just made.
That was funny. Go ahead.
I figured Logan would have appreciated the joke that I was about to say, where it's like,
Why can't you just use that money to hire regular people to build your stuff?
and pay union fees? Ha!
I
Yeah.
can see that.
I could see that. Sonic could see that too. Trying to think. And then yeah, so I guess is it at any point relevant that we talk about like what the actual story is? The story is just being like Sonic wants to save animals.
I mean, yeah, no, at its very base, you know, concept, whether it be the original Japanese canon or the U.S. canon that tried to make it as, you know, a little more radical to this more than it should be.
Hey, you guys sorry.
Oh boy.
Uh,
We're fine.
do you guys Oh, jeez. Do you guys remember when we started marathoning Sonic Boom a few years ago and we stopped for some reason?
I forgot why
Yeah.
we stopped. I think because we kept changing. I think it's because we just kept reaching more
schedule and
misses than
stuff, I
hits.
think.
And schedule. But anyway, sorry. So James, what was the plot again between the Japanese or the
I mean,
American?
the basic gist of it is that Eggman is taking all these animals, turning them into robots so he can search for the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic has to be the Eggman. Well, Sonic has to put it
in
stop
his
him,
place.
basically.
Yeah.
That's all there is. That's really all there is to it, whether it be the two cannons. Although it's still funny though because I look back on the actual lore they made for the original Japanese release, and it's a little more intricate than what was initially let on.
Okay.
Like they actually hinted at the freaking Echidna civilization as early as for Sonic 1, but only through the manual.
Oh, they did? Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole Chaos Emerald stuff. Like that's all tied together.
I
Like
wonder if
did they
that's
actually
why they're-
name drop the word echidna?
I don't know if they did or not. I know they did mention something of an ancient civilization, which later on they did establish were echidnas.
I wonder if that's why they were in the song. Which, oh yeah.
Like when it comes to the Sonic movie, you could honestly looking back on it, they really did their homework for it, and it kind of amazes me.
And I am still genuinely. See, have you gotten a chance to see the song movie yet?
Not yet. I have not.
Well, then we
except
got
to-
ourselves a movie night to do later.
Yeah, we gotta watch that. I don't know what it's on right now, but like
I heard it was actually pretty good.
it is.
It's
a
on-
fun-
I would say
Go ahead.
it's good depending on what you're expecting out of it.
I go into.
I
oh,
mean,
jeez!
if Jim Carrey is
Armadillos.
Eggman,
So that's why I say I go into it. I went into it expecting like not a big, deep, the Sega cinematic universe. I just went into it expecting a nice, fun, romp of a movie, and I think it delivered on that.
That's all it needed to be, and it succeeded.
and I know I said this a few times, but I'm going to say it again. I think it's amazing that Jim Carrey landed that type of role considering what he went through, and that he made a
Yeah.
comeback as Eggman.
And he's gonna do it again for the sequel.
And I think everyone was happy. And true to form with any other Sonic title, Eggman stole the show in a lot of ways. I think.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, granted, I'd say at the very least, though, Eggman really did steal the show, but Ben Schwartz's Sonic definitely had its moments.
Oh, I
Oh, yeah,
like the role.
honestly,
I
I would
love him
say
as him.
I would say Jim as Eggman and Ben as Sonic were definitely the highlights. Which, to be fair, that's kind of what needed to be the case.
Well, no, absolutely.
Right.
That's a good thing when your lead hero and lead villain are the best parts. I think that's good casting. Then
Right. I mean,
Sometimes
I'm
a
not
part of
gonna
me does. I will say though, a part of me kind of wishes they did a little bit more with the others, like the side characters besides Sonic and Eggman. Like I don't know, a little bit more from Donut Lord's wife, or the assistant or Eggman's assistant.
oh yeah, Agent Stone, which they should have called him Snively, just throwing it out there. But no, he was still fine. He was still fine.
Yeah, they kind of just drop him. They just kind of drop him after a while.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna lead into anything else. But yep, all right, penultimate one. Here we go. Fingers crossed.
We have 2 more left to go. No pressure.
You got it.
Hope y'all make sure to bring your 3D glasses.
Look away.
Yeah, I like way, Sealy. It never changed. I wish they would at least give us a different background.
I could have sworn they did him.
I know at first it's birds, then it's fish, then
I think
it's
gloves or something, or hats.
yeah. Like I have to wonder what were they taking when making these special stages.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know.
That
That's
seems
just
to
what
be.
it's called.
There's the
You alright? Were you recording really heavy voices again, Hype?
No, I just had grilled cheese for dinner.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Oh,
that actually
real
sounds good. That actually
cheese.
sounds- Oh,
Sandwich.
since we're talking about random crap right now, which I don't mind, is that
Ooh.
Tempting.
this could have been? I say
just
restart it.
Just do it. It better to be safe.
Yeah, I'd
Better
say
safe
let's,
than sorry.
if we can do it, yeah, I'd say save us the time.
Thank you, Whitehead.
Thank you. Which sounds horrible out of context,
Oh,
but that was his last name, I swear.
Yes, it is, and that's the name he went with for Sonic Mania. Like
Yeah.
he dropped the whole Taxman thing entirely, which I wouldn't be surprised was for legal reasons.
Right, because
Possibly.
you can't be
No,
associated.
there
but
was a discussion you were willing to start.
is that I was okay? Since we were just talking about random stuff, I was watching Binging with Babish, and he did a. It was an older video, but it was just him recreating the Twinkie Wiener sandwich from the Weird Al movie.
I'm sorry. From what movie? I couldn't hear you.
Weird Al's UHF. It was a Weird Al movie he made a long time ago, and I haven't seen it. Apparently, it's become a bit of a cult classic, but it was basically Weird Al going weird.
So
what else is
basically
new?
him being himself.
And yeah, I guess fun facts, spoilers of that Binging with Babish video. The Twinkie Wiener sandwich is actually kind of okay. It's literally just it's a Twinkie cut in half like a hot dog bun.
You can look now, Sealy.
You stick a hot dog in it, and then you spray cheese on the top of it, and somehow they work because it's like a sweet savory thing. Anyway, gross stuff aside, we have 1 emerald left.
Yep, and if I play my cards right, in the freaking Casino-esque area, we should be able to grab it.
Yep, got a bunch of good rings, and
What's this doing here?
Whoa!
oh, thank goodness
Ow.
somebody could have gotten hurt.
Hey, what's this
Let's try
doing
again.
here?
Nice.
But yeah. You ever think about how the emeralds in 1 and 2 are shaped like actual emeralds until, I'm saying, in the classic series, they're shaped like actual emeralds up until, like, later games where they take the more diamond-looking form people associate them with.
Yeah,
It's funny because I think that all started with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where the diamond-cut emeralds were the super emeralds.
Yeah, and then the soul emeralds just look like topaz stones. The squares. Anyway,
I always get nervous around these particular badniks.
because it looks like you should be getting hurt by them if you spin dash behind them.
Yeah. Now I'm just hankering for a shield.
Yeah, because that would be really nice.
I think there might be one down here. Yeah, there's one down here.
So
Ow.
I guess while we're
Just give it a bit.
I'll get this, damn it, or so help me.
Just ask the question.
I'm having fun with this. Okay, now we gotta get out of this. Jeez, no.
Well, at least I got a last score.
Yeah, there
What's
we go.
math again?
While okay, I'm just gonna talk. While we are on the subject of this classic Sonic stuff, I was gonna talk a bit about its history, like the music and the creator and stuff, because
Yes. The composer for Sonic 1 and 2, I believe, I forget his name, but he was part of a band, or maybe still is part of a band called Dreams Come True.
oh. So I keep thinking of the name Jun Senoi, but I don't know if that's.
Jun Seno wouldn't be until 3 and Knuckles.
Gotcha. That was okay. But yeah, so after this point, I will still say if you
Alf!
I will still say if you like Mario soundtracks, Sealy, I would recommend like listening to a Sonic soundtrack if you like peppy music, because Sonic soundtracks rarely disappoint.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, for the
Nice.
most part, like, Sonic, like, say whatever you want about, like, Sonic games themselves, the one thing that's usually been consistent, say for, like, a couple of spin-offs, they usually have really exceptional music.
Definitely.
Yeah. Like, that one game we acknowledged earlier, Team Sonic Racing, a lot of people have actually made the bold claim that it's actually the best soundtrack in the series.
It's a great like appreciation of all these different songs and remixes. It's almost like Generations Part 2.
Well, Generations mixtape volume, too.
Mixtape Volume 2. And
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, I was
wow,
about to say.
the easiest. Yeah, with that, we never have to worry about this again. We got the best ending.
We got them all!
Now we just have to get through the game.
And just to clarify, for Sealy's sake, this is before they introduced the concept of Supersonic. That won't be until 2. In this game, all they really do is just add, like, a little extra fluff to the ending.
To prevent Eggman from getting them. But yeah, so the music is fine. I still think that humorously and I'm still like torn between what my favorite soundtrack would be, because like Generations is great. Team Sonic Racing has a lot of great tracks. Rush is still such a like unique anomaly to me that I can't help but like it's one of the most memorable soundtracks for me.
Well, let me see. As far as my money goes, the original trilogy, you know, they obviously have classic tracks. 1 and 2 are also like pretty classic and nostalgic. Unleashed, in my opinion, as far as mainline series goes, has probably some of the best soundtracks in the series. Like the songs in Unleashed are just so top tier.
Those are good. Those are really
A part of
good.
me wish some of the better tracks, though, were from the Werehog levels.
Yeah, I would have really preferred themed battle music, but the daytime stages, fantastic work.
Yeah, the daytime stages, like some of the night stages, when you're able to hear them anyway, are really good. And you know what? I'll say this. People say it before, but it still stands repeating. 06, for as much of a dumpster fire as it is, has probably one of the best soundtracks in the series.
Oh yeah, no, it's really solid.
I definitely love. I definitely will. maybe just because it was like maybe just because, yeah, spoilers, that was one of my introductory games, like, into getting back into the series, was trying that out, because I did get a 360 at the time to play that game. And boy, wasn't I a fool. Is
At least
I
you
do
didn't get the PS3 version.
is that I do think, guilty pleasure or not, His World is one of my favorite Sonic theme songs.
That's a fun theme.
Let's see, I'm looking into some of the history before, so...
My heart will still go to the Sonic CD and Sonic Mania's soundtracks.
those are good. So,
Yeah, those are good.
especially the Japanese...
Oh, and Knuckles Chaotix. Very underrated banger.
And I'll say, for a CD, Japanese or American?
Japanese. Easily.
Yeah, those songs are good.
I thought that it was gonna be like Japanese or American. Yes.
Nah, American is good, but I do like the Japanese
American's
version a bit more.
good in spots, but I think on the whole, Japanese just beats it by a mile, and I'm glad that Mania took all of its inspiration from that version.
Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
real quick trivia time for Series. At Sonic CD,
This is new.
they had two unique soundtracks. One for the American release and one for Japanese, which had more like vocals and more neat tracks. I'm looking more into the history of... okay, so the composer was Masato Nakamura, and yeah, he was from Dreams Come True.
In fact, one of his songs was remixed in 06.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wait, are you talking about like the theme that plays when you beat Sonic's theme? Because wasn't that technically like originally remixed in 2?
It was technically it was made for Sonic 2, and it was remixed for Sonic 06 as part of Sonic's ending theme, I think.
Oh, that's neat. Let's see what else.
Also, if you want to hear something kind of unnatural, well, I mean, not so much unnatural, but interesting, look up the bass tracks for his what am I trying to say? His Anyway, welcome to Labyrinth Zone. Basically, his bass tracks for the Sonic games with Sonic 1 and 2, because it's honestly interesting.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
It's just one of those games where
yeah, you don't have to like. It's okay.
yeah.
To get started with the speed, he's playing this live.
My mind is pretty much submerged at the moment, and with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break, and when we return, we will finish off the rest of the game.
Okay.
Till next time, everybody.